100% Chelsea. Chelsea T, United T, joined by Flex.
Yes.
Fergie time was reincarnated, but for the blue side this week, wasn't it?
Fucking Mike Dean, bro. He's such a prick.
He is a fucking prick. He was shit today.
Prick, man. He was awful. Like, he was giving so many fouls on Hazards that just weren't fouls. Some of them were.
And he was giving,
a lot of them
and
wasn't.
your first goal shouldn't have stood.
Why? Was it offside or something? Why shouldn't it have
Because
stood?
if the player goes down with a head injury, which is what Alonso
well,
was...
he should have blown the whistle. That's not our fault, innit?
Yeah, no, I know, but that's down to Mike Dean, isn't it?
What I did like, though, second half, like, we did what I was saying at half-time, what we should have been doing. I was like, the first half, I was like, why are we not pressing? Why are we letting you be so comfortable on the ball, not giving you anything to think about? Martial was like left back at one stage. Fucking Rashford was right back at one stage. We weren't trying to counter. There was nothing there. Everything that I thought I didn't want us to do. And we come out second. Even in the second half, though, we didn't come out the traps. The goal kind of happened from a bit of fortune, but we got into a good position, and it obviously took the ricochet, and then went to Martial. Good finish. But from then, we started pressing you. We started hurrying you into passes and cut down the space. And then we started to play. The second goal came as well, rightly so. I thought we was playing really well at that stage. Martial, man, like I've been saying so long. There's certain Man United fans that are like, oh, this guy, his attitude's not right, he's not good enough, and all this bullshit. Look, even Pogba, it was his fault for the first goal. Let Rudiger go, 100%. Second half, he started to bust him in midfield. Yeah, he did. He did.
Pogba was dead today.
Nah, he wasn't. Not the whole game. Second half, he was a lot better. Second half, Pogba was a lot better. He started gliding through certain players. I think he's got breezing past Kovacic. Jorginho a couple of times. Nicked the ball off Kante a couple of times. Second half, he was much better, playing balls through to the car. Like, do you know what I mean? He was way more involved in it. I'm not saying he had a worldie. He's played a 9 out of 10. But second half, I thought he'd come into the game a lot more. And Martial, man, like, that's it. I have to keep talking about this guy. Like, why is he not playing all the time?
Did you see what happened in the...
What? Nah, what's happened?
So, right, look, what was it, Lewis? So wasn't it like our physio went and spanked Mourinho or something?
Basically, like, was running past Mourinho, like, threw their hand at him and some shit. And Mourinho just flipped. Like, one of the security guards took him down to the tunnel and shit.
He was too busy going like that.
We'll see if something happens in terms of whether you lot get some punishment, because Mourinho probably will.
I mean, I don't think both parties will.
But you know what, though? Even though there's certain positives, bruv, I have to say, like, it was the same old shit in the first half, man. And it's the same old shit overall if you actually think about it. Everything we do is a rescue job. Secondly, like, we can't play good for 90 minutes. We can't play good. Even when we come back against City last year, it was a 45-minute spell. Come back against Newcastle, it was a 45-minute spell. And at what point are we going to start to turn out a whole performance, a whole well-rounded performance? Because you can't win games consistently when you're only playing good for 40, 50 minutes.
You
can't.
say that. Can you explain to me why Man United fans are probably the most flip-flap fans in the entire world football? They're more flip-flap than media and Mourinho.
In what way?
You were singing his name in the first and second half.
The away support always sing it. Like, there's never any Mourinho out. There's never get the fuck out of our club, Jose, ever in the away support, ever. Even people who think it. I think the people in the away end that go week in, week out, there's this kind of mentality amongst Man United fans. You go abroad week in every single game that, like, we're just not going to be Arsenal, or we're not going to be this, or we're not going to be that. Like, we just back our manager because he's there in front of us. The players are there. It just doesn't help the situation, and that's fair play. Even though I don't want Mourinho there, I'm not going to be trying to get the fuck out from the stands. Like, on match day from the stands.
I'm not expecting that, but you just don't sing their name if you don't agree with it.
That's up to them, innit? Whenever people sing it, I don't sing it.
It just strikes me as incredibly hypocritical, and Adam McCullough is having a bit of a...
Such a prick.
Oh, Adam, fucking hell. Sorry, lads. But, I mean, it's a pretty standard day for us down here. But anyway, mate, listen.
Yeah.
I'll see you when I see you. Make sure you head across the United stand. Well, hopefully, if I do get an interview and Mark decides to put it up...
wait there. No, don't go anywhere.
No, if Mark puts it up, at least tile it correctly, mate. Don't chop it up. Don't chop it up.
Louis, why are you letting him get to you for?
He's not getting to me. He's not getting to me.
It looked like he got to you until you looked angry.
No, I'll tell you what, I wasn't angry. So I'll tell you what happened, mate. He lost a battle of wit to a 20-year-old. How depressing is that for him?
You don't look 20. You look much older than that.
Do you want me to get my idea out? Fucking we doing this now? Guys, subscribe to Chelsea. Head across the United stand. I'll see you later.